from Toronto, where I really need to start thinking up something to say clever in front of this montage. It's Ed the Sock Lives! Coming to you from the Toronto headquarters of Pigeon Row. All right. Yeah, transition?
Yeah.
Is it there? Okay, here I am now.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my dramatic.
We need more rollout on that intro.
Oh, yeah, it's a little short?
It's very short.
All right. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Hey, welcome. We're here at Pigeon Row headquarters. For those of you who don't know what Pigeon Row is, it's a row of pigeons. Pigeon Row is a production house, and they've allowed us, not only have they allowed us to come and shoot here, everybody's gone home. This is like the ultimate dream, to actually be doing a show in a place where the people who own it aren't even there. Woo! Yeah. It's like risky business. I need a pair of Ray-Bans and a pair of underwear to slide. Here, I'll do that kitchen slide thing. Just take those old records off the shelf.
There's a kitchen back there. Didn't he do that with like a broom?
Do I need a broom? Did he have a broom? I don't think...
Didn't he have a broom? Wasn't he like singing to the broom or something?
No.
Today's a day of dated references for me.
So today, tonight's show, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about anal sex. We're going to talk about OJ. No, the two are not related, despite the fact he just left jail.
Easy.
I'm not saying he was easy. It was probably quite difficult.
Hey, it's 2017. You can't make those jokes.
Hey, but he's the juice, so the lube was there.
Ed, you can't make those jokes.
Okay, and we're also going to talk about extremism. John Cleese is going to drop by in a video from 1987.
He's going to drop by?
In a video from 1987. Okay. It's like the old Dean Martin show. We're going to just all of a sudden, hey, the music starts playing. Look who's just walked in. It's John Cleese. No, we got a video from 1987.
We're very literal on the internet.
We're going to talk about a trip to Vermont that Leanna and I jointly undertook this past weekend. It's been a while since we come up with a new word. We've been leaning on that beef steamship for a while. We may have two new ones tonight, but that's coming up. And also tonight we're going to talk about Max, who needs a new crib. And is this racist? There's Max. Max is on the chat with us
Hello.
tonight.
Hey, Max.
How you doing, Max?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Yeah. Big applause for Max. How you doing?
Oh, cool. I'm fine.
You sounded a bit like Max Headroom there.
I did.
My eyes are just moving back and forth.
Well, that's good, because you're reading. It happens. Okay, so our friend Max is here wearing a vintage Q107 shirt. And also, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Canadian musicians, Canadian performers, especially those who were slugging it out and made some success before, the breakthroughs of like Alanis Morissette. And one of the people that I have immense respect for is Gordon Lightfoot. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Everybody knows that song. It was played incessantly when you're in school. You had to learn the lyrics. Leanna had to learn the lyrics. Didn't you? Yeah. The road told that was basically most of the lyrics that everybody knows.
Well, the next lyric is "The lake it is said never gives up or dead when the skies of November turn gloomy." You could never do that song in school anymore because you mentioned the word death.
You can't talk about death in school anymore?
You can't talk about anything in school anymore.
Oh, well then the whole Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald song's kind of out because it's not a happy story.
Well, this was kind of an Inventors and Gifted program. No one else had. People were like, what are you doing? This was like grade 4, I think. And this teacher, you have to do a poetry unit.
Right.
And I have the picture up, which is why I'm not switching cameras. Here we go. You have to sort of do this poetry unit, and for whatever reason, it was like a grade 4 or 5 split or something like that, and the grade 5 teacher decided we were going to do the blinking Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
And now, when people sing that song, like in school in a choir, there's always those who know every lyric. And then there's those of us in the back who move our mouths as if we're singing, and we're... We
had to memorize it
in a big lake
part of
they
school.
call Kitchigumi. November, it said, never gives up, it's dead when
The
cold
skies of November
comes early. Something like that, right?
And then it's something like 26,000 tons and the ship being on the bottom. It went on forever
Anyway,
and
like
ever
the segment
and
has.
ever.
Anyway, that's Gordon Lightfoot.
The song was
and,
about as long as it took for the Advents show to
just
sing.
sing.
Yeah. And here is a picture of Gordon Lightfoot as he is today. Classic Canadian performer.
Oh, sweet.
With my friend Jonathan Torrens. And there he is. If you don't know, that's him in the middle. Can we get a close-up?
Jeremy Taggart's on the other side, too.
What's that?
Jeremy Taggart's on the other side, too.
All right. And there he is, the famous Gordon Lightfoot. And I mean no disrespect to Mr. Lightfoot at all, but does he not look like the guy under the mask in every Scooby-Doo cartoon when they pulled the mask off, like he's the old caretaker? Does this not, like, here, show the picture, you see what I mean? Like, honestly, didn't he look, isn't this the guy under the mask in every Scooby-Doo? I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you, kid. Oh my gosh, it's old Mr. Lightfoot, the caretaker.
He actually looks like the mask.
Old Man Withers.
Oh, he looks like the mask they pulled off.
Yeah, where it's like the owner of the company or some. There's like a ghoul or something like that, and it's the owner of the company. He kind of looks like the before picture.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but yes, okay.
You don't remember that one?
What are you talking
Where
about?
the bad guy kind of looked like Riff Raff from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Are you
That's
talk-
kind of
wait,
what he looks like to me.
Wait, are you talking about a specific episode of Scooby-Doo?
Well, like 5 of them because they duplicated a lot of stuff, but yeah.
I don't remember specifics. All I remember is that it looked like this guy.
Because I remember the guy, there was one that he looked like Solomon Grundy. The monster looked like Solomon Grundy. And it was like, from the DC Comics.
Right.
And then they took it off, and it was like the guy with the one haircut. They drew half the men in cartoons at that time.
This is what's known in television parlance as getting lost in the weeds.
Well, I can't switch back because you're not in the shot.
Well, yeah,
so.
okay, switch back. You can switch back to you while you're gone. Anyway, that's Gordon Lightfoot. That's Torrens and Taggart. They do a podcast that's quite popular. They got to hang out with Gordon Lightfoot, and I swear he looks like the guy who's like the caretaker of the old mansion. What the hell is audio going on? Anthony, don't do that.
People are monitoring the thing, and yeah, it's like there's 3 of them going
There's 3
on.
people. Here he is. Dear old. He looks like he went down with the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Didn't he do the hockey song, too?
No, like that was Stompin' Tom.
Oh, that's right. That's
All right,
that's right,
let's
that's
move
right.
on. O.J. Simpson, no longer in jail. As of today, I don't know did anybody here watch the hearing?
Parts
Yeah.
of it I had to.
Where O.J. was sitting there and his weird-looking lawyer was reading the statement where O.J. basically went on about how he doesn't think that anybody has been a better prisoner in the history of penal history than him. He talked about how great he is and how what a great role model he's been in prison. He sort of described himself as kind of like a jailhouse Yoda. He was like advising all the other young there he was.
This looks like his head's been photoshopped in. This is a weird photo.
Talk about weird photo and heads. What's going on the cranium of that lawyer? I don't know what he looks like something, but I don't know what.
In what way?
Like, he just looks odd. He looks like some kind of odd something.
Well, this is not a great picture of him.
I don't think there's such a thing as a good picture of him.
What do you mean?
You know, with a little bit of makeup, the lawyer could look like Quark, and he could look like Worf from Star Trek.
I
Oh,
just
I
noticed
see.
I had a moment where I got confused when I first turned on the news for this. O.J. Simpson is morphing into Bill Cosby, and that's really scary.
Well, the way he was talking, I thought he's O.J. Simpson 2020.
Yeah, exactly. He was.
I've been the best and the biggest and the brightest
Yeah,
and the
he
coolest.
says, there may be a podcast or something in his future. Yeah, probably tonight as we're talking. That is, if you look up in the dictionary, shit-eating grin. That's what you got right there. There he is. There's old OJ.
Well, and
he's free again.
That part where he said, they read the letter and he said, there may be a podcast or a web show in my future. So, and the whole gallery laughed.
Yeah.
And he played up to it, not recognizing that. I think the reason they were laughing is, oh my God, this guy really doesn't get it, does he?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Now that he's free, he should get his own reality show. You remember the old Hulk show? The old Hulk TV show? Where he'd go from city to city under different names, and he'd always have to run away when McGee, the reporter, came after him.
Do you want me to show the picture?
Or not yet. Or
All
like
right.
the fugitive. But what we need to do is a reality show where OJ is hunting for the real killers. call it the O.J. Simpson Mysteries. And every episode, he goes town to town like undercover boss, takes on a different identity, and tries to find the killers. And then twice an episode, he hulks out. So kind of like the Incredible Hulk, but he takes the Bill Bixby role. Here's the original picture of Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk. See that? And here's the updated show. There you go. There. What do you think? I think it'll sell.
Making a Hulk?
Yeah, no. O.J. Simpson, the mystery, tracking the real killers. Because you know what? The truth is, they had to let him out. Because you know last year, that the People versus O.J. Simpson series, huge ratings.
Yeah.
Huge ratings.
Bunch of awards.
Awards. And the thing is, if they want to do a sequel, they got to let him out to kill someone again.
Oh.
Because they can't do a sequel if he's locked up in prison unless he shanks someone.
Let's not even go there because it could happen.
So in order, like, it's Hollywood, right? They like their sequels, so they knew the only way to do a sequel to The People versus O.J. Simpson is to have The People versus O.J. Simpson again. So that was, it makes complete sense to me why they let him out.
Now, this would be the trilogy. They've already had the sequel.
What was the sequel?
The sequel was what he's actually in prison for now.
No, there's no TV movie in him.
That actually was
pulling-
the sequel.
That
It
was
was
the
the
sequel.
second. It was the second case he got
Yeah.
actually sent to jail for the
Yeah,
robbery.
but there's no story there.
the memorabilia robbery, not the murder.
How many
charge.
episodes can you stretch a guy holding up somebody because he's got a football? There's not much story there.
On an HBO special, you can like go on and on.
Depends
and
what
on
your
and on
budget is,
forever.
man.
Yeah, no, I think they need some murders. Sorry, alleged
Alleged.
murders.
If he did it.
If he did it. Yeah, if he did it.
Yeah.
Remember he was about to do a book?
Well, that's what it was called.
Yeah, if I did it, where he talked about how he would have done it if he did it. But then he wound up not doing the book, and the person who signed him got fired. Anyway, O.J. Simpson is out. I expect that we're going to hear a lot from him because the guy is a flaming narcissist, and there is no way that he can stay in the background. You'll see a podcast. You'll see some kind of, whether it's audio or video. He'll be shit at it because he just likes to hear himself talk, but he needs other people to write the words. So there'll be some kind of podcast. People will watch it out of the curiosity. I'd like to see one where he does a podcast with Caitlyn Jenner
Why?
because they're both idiots.
But
It
they're
would be hilarious. They're both they should do a spelling bee podcast with him and Caitlyn Jenner.
Well, didn't she kill someone too?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, ran into somebody with her car.
He had a reality show called Juice.
He had a reality show called Juiced.
He used to play pranks on people.
Oh,
He used to
that's
play
right.
pranks on people.
Yeah.
Like he dropped gloves that he couldn't fit in, that kind of thing.
Like he'd sell them oranges on the side of the road and stuff.
He sold them oranges on the side of the road.
That was Anthony. They can't see him.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't
Yeah.
really exist. Oh, Giada is not here tonight to help on the chat because she's not feeling well. She said that she'd be willing to come in, but she might have to run off camera to vomit. And my thought is, look, if you can't do it on camera, there's really no point having you here.
There's
I-
like 44 comments. What are people talking about?
I don't know.
I'm scared.
And Giada has a bit of a stomach bug. She feels really bad for not being here, but that kind of stuff, you can't avoid it. And in the case of a stomach bug, literally shit happens. So we'll be glad to have her back next week.
If Jackass can do it, so can we. Next time somebody on this set is sick, I say we get a vomit cam.
Who cleans it up?
There's a bathroom here. The camera's just got to go with the person.
Who cleans it up?
Lonnie.
Lonnie.
Hey.
Yeah,
Lonnie's not here to defend
Lonnie's
himself,
not
so...
here. Lonnie
If
cleans
somebody
it
will
up.
clean it up, I'm
Lonnie
fine with it. I'm
cleans
just
it up.
not doing it.
Lonnie,
All right.
if you're watching, sorry, dude. You got thrown under the bus.
All right. Speaking of under the bus, Teen Vogue ran an article about anal sex. Leanna's making a face because she doesn't understand the segue because it was a really, really bad.
Okay. I thought when we were going like poop, I thought that was going to be the segue.
Would have been better.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Teen-
so let's make that the segue. We talked about poop. Now Teen Vogue.
Now Teen Vogue.
Okay, here we go.
Teen Vogue did another online version, did a guide to anal sex. And boy, that if you look at those diagrams, that's enough to give you a stiffy. Teen Vogue is for teens. I think they say their audience is like 11 to 16-year-old girls. The guide was to help make anal sex more pleasurable I'm guessing for the catcher, not the pitcher, maybe both. And there was, of course, an outcry because it's Teen Vogue. We can look at that tweet next. Is that the
Oh,
next
that's
thing?
not the one I next.
What do you got
is
next?
it-
Maybe I
Is
scared.
it? I guess I don't know. Which one do you want?
I don't know.
I have tweets, but they don't seem outraged.
No, the next one is the guy explaining.
Yeah. Okay. That's not the next one.
Oh,
But
okay. Can you make it the next one?
okay.
Okay. There was one before that.
It's the description of the article.
Yeah, let's go to that.
That's not a tweet.
Oh, but it's small, so it looks like a tweet. Part of the article, which includes detailed anatomical diagrams, reads, obviously there's a lot of stuff on the internet about anal. We don't suggest you Google it. It's amazing. Wouldn't it be funny if they had put a footnote for goatsy.cx or whatever the hell that was?
Oh, there's a lot more than that on the internet.
But most of what you'll find is either porn or advice for experienced sexual persons looking to try something new. But what about the teenagers? Think of the children! What about LGBTQ young people who need to know about this for their sexual health? I've got you covered.
Well, that's an off.
That's a really,
no.
yeah,
They
that's
let
not
that
a
through?
great line to include there. But that's that's Teen Vogue explaining the magazine. And then we've got one of the guys, I think he's the editor or the writer. Those are the tweets.
Okay.
Yeah. Tweets where he says, we published a 411 on anal sex story. It's kind of part of a continued sex education coverage. They also explained the concept of HIV stigma and that HIV and AIDS are two different things and that HIV is not a death sentence. It's not, but maybe you shouldn't be making it seem like it's something not
Wait,
scary.
is
But
this about anal sex or HIV? Which is it?
the article's about both. I guess part of proper anal sex is making sure you don't get HIV/AIDS.
It's not the only way you get HIV.
No, but that is a way.
Okay, so we're talking
anyway.
about butt AIDS.
Yeah, butt AIDS.
Okay.
And he says, I left a 40-minute doctor's appointment with more life-saving information than I ever received in all my years of private school education. And let me tell you something.
What?
If this guy received more information researching this article on anal sex than he learned about anal sex while spending 8 years at an all-boys school, that says something.
Yeah, the fact that he made that connection is.
Oh, they make connections there, all right.
Well, the Stephen Fry talk I went to a few months back made it sound like private boys' school and anal sex education are essentially the same thing.
That was kind of what I was implying.
Oh.
Yeah, that going to 8 years. Never mind. Yeah, they bugger each other. Anyway, so
That
that's
seems appropriate.
there we go. Hey, stop it! Cut it out.
But come on, the LGBTQ need this for their sexual
No, they
health.
don't need on weenus.
They need this.
That's right. If you ever
Dudes,
encounter a
butt
penis
AIDS.
with eyes and a mouth and hands, make sure you put a little raincoat on him.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
I just want to point out the disingenuousness of the inclusive language here. What about the LGBTQ young people who need to know about this for their sexual health? No, lesbians don't need. We're talking about gay boys. And Teen Vogue is a magazine essentially for teen girls.
What, lesbians can't take it up the poop?
Can, but they don't need to know it.
Well, gay men don't need to have anal sex.
Well, no person needs to. The point is that they're trying to cover this up as inclusive. But, if it's not basically the only way people can have, the two men can have intercourse is through anal, if that's not the only point about this article, then no other group needs to, and not even gay youth need to. There are people who are sexually active and they are gay men, or they are men who have sex with men, and they don't have anal sex. Like, that's not true.
Hold on. They're gay men, or
Right.
they're men who have sex with men.
Right.
Yep.
Does that mean they're brown or they're dark ecru? I mean, it's the same damn thing,
No,
isn't
it's
it?
not quite the same thing. Because
If you're a man that has
there's
sex
gay-
with other men, are you not gay?
No, because there can be guys who are bisexual, or then there's people who just want to try it once to see if they like it. that official terminology is men who have sex with men, because the whole idea is if you do it once, it doesn't mean you're gay forever. You're not defined by a couple of sexual encounters.
Well, I don't know if you talk to most guys.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
Well,
It's not
that's
true.
The ignorance of the issue.
It's not true. It's you don't a switch doesn't flip and all of a sudden you can only do guys forever and ever and ever.
Yeah,
No,
if it is
you-
a switch, you can turn the lights off, you can turn them back
well,
on.
that's a good point too.
And
Yeah.
some people do get into doing the switch thing.
And
Yeah.
most of the times, oral's better anyway, so why,
Right.
why get messy?
They're teenagers.
Yeah, and that's like clearly the point we're missing here is that it's in Teen Vogue. Do teens really need to know about like there's something to be said for teens having sex that parents aren't approving of? What fun is there in having like I remember, when you were a teenager or years ago, you fumbled through it like everybody else. You had a very disappointing first encounter, and eventually it got better. Now, if your parents and magazines were giving you instructions, wouldn't that be the last thing on earth that you wanted to do? And besides which, by making anal sex like this so accessible and so broad-minded, it really takes away the specialness of Catholic schoolgirls.
Oh.
Damn,
Yeah.
you just ruined it for me.
All right. Anyway,
There
Danny,
is-
have your hand up?
Well, the other thing about this is there's nothing, like, Vogue is a fashion magazine. When did it become Dear Penthouse Forum with butts?
Okay, well, it's not Penthouse Forum. You'll know it's become Penthouse Forum when the article begins with, I never thought this would happen to me.
Okay, you know what? I prefer that
Yeah.
to it being some sort of moral crusade to think of the children. Like, this is an article about butt sex that is saying think of the children. Like, let's put
Okay.
this in
That's
perspective.
right. Can you imagine Sally Struthers ever doing a commercial trying to teach butt sex to kids?
Like, yeah.
Think of the
No, okay,
children.
not kids. Not
Not
kids,
kids.
teenagers, because people who like them, barely legal will tell you there's a difference.
Between teenagers and barely legal?
And children,
Between teenagers and children. Sure, I guess
but
there's
there
grass
is-
on the field.
there
but
is
still
nothing-
doesn't mean play ball.
Okay, but if Vogue wants to run sexual content, do that in your adult magazine. Like,
If they're running this in Teen Vogue, what the hell are they running in regular Vogue? What,
well, perfume ads and $1,000 skirts. Like, that's
Catherine the
thing.
Great, how to have sex with your horse. Like, what are they running in regular Vogue if they're doing teen sex manuals in Teen Vogue?
Vogue is a fashion magazine.
Like, watermelons, not just for summer eating. Like, what else are they doing in regular Vogue if this is Teen Vogue all become all about? And, teens? Okay, now I was really opposed to this whole idea of the Teen Vogue thing. And then I saw the woman who's behind who sort of brought it to everyone's attention and made it a big issue. Can we see that? Take a look. There she is. Mom burns Teen Vogue magazine, pull Teen Vogue over tutorial on anal sex. She's very, very
Wait,
angry.
she bought the magazine to burn it?
No, the thing is, it's online. So it's not in the magazine. So the woman bought a magazine that anal sex isn't in, so she'd have something to burn, because I guess she can't burn the internet.
But they successfully sold a copy of the magazine.
Yeah, she bought a copy of the magazine.
Well, this
so
is
she could burn it.
precisely why they did an article on butt AIDS.
All right, so next, though, I checked out this woman. These are some of her other videos. Hashtag Islam is dangerous.
Oh, dear.
Religion of peace, my bacon bit. In the and for many children. And then Bill Nye, the guy who hates science and loves teaching perverted sex.
Wait, does this lady go into her minivan so her kids can't hear her rant?
And look how many
Like-
seats. Look how many seats are in the minivan.
That's not a minivan.
No, it looks like she's driving a Greyhound bus. She
That's-
has 10 children.
That is a bus.
It is
of
bus,
some
actually.
Kind. That's not a 7-passenger.
She has 10.
Yeah, that's like a Savannah.
Yeah.
10 children.
Excuse me?
She has 10 children. No wonder she doesn't like butt sex.
Maybe she should start engaging
Yeah,
in it.
if she had a little butt sex, maybe she wouldn't have kids running around the house. And then, okay, what's the next video? Next thing?
That's a quote.
Yeah, this is the quote from this lady. Mrs. Johnson. Her name is Mrs. Johnson. I just caught that and it made me laugh. Okay, Mrs. Johnson has claimed there's an all-out war on the family and said Christian women should give our bodies as a living sacrifice to promote the kingdom of God by having lots of kids. So, this is one of those, yeah, there you go.
Dear Lord.
So this is one of those things where I think I feel one way about a topic, and then I find out somebody who's really like on the same side as me, and I discover that I hate that person so much that I now am going to the side that I originally was opposed to, just so I'm not associated with a douchebag like her. Like, I'm starting to think of, oh well, you know what? If this lady is against teaching anal sex in the Teen Vogue, maybe there's some rational reason to it. You ever been like that? Like, you know, you're on one side of an issue, and then you discover the other people on the same side of the issue as you are fucking idiots, and you're like, you know what? I think I'm actually gonna go over here now, just so you're not associated with them.
You know what the thing about the whole article though is?
What?
The article's actually not that good.
What do you mean?
It tells you, oh, it's the same thing you hear all the time. Go slow, and there's gonna be poo. Like that's pretty much the article, and they wouldn't even call it like for gay boys and gay girls. It's prostate owners and non-prostate owners. That's how
supposed to be men and women?
and I think it's interesting that in an article for girls, we're the negative state, like we're the bodies that are lacking something.
Absent prostate.
Absent prostate. Sorry, ladies, no prostate for you. But it actually doesn't get into detail about how to do certain things, how to apply lube, how to actually stretch that muscle out. Like they make it sound like a 12-week program. Instead, how do you actually do it?
So they need like an abdominizer for your ass, is what you're saying.
Forceps.
Now, do they talk about how to make it a little less pooey?
Kind of, but
they
not
talk about
really.
cleaning?
It sounds like
Did you say soup?
Soup.
What do you mean? Are you saying that's what comes
the
out, or that's what you had
Santorum?
beforehand?
Does buoy.
the
Let's-
Santorum.
So it's not.
Oh, you just have a lot of consommé, so there's no solid matter.
Wow,
Yeah.
do the
Yeah.
master cleanse
When you have
before you get
alphabet
laid.
soup, do words come out on your penis? Yeah. All right.
Do we have that vomit cam with us? or-
Yeah, no kidding.
There. Thank you, on Venus. Now, here's the thing about somebody being a prostate owner. Calling a male a prostate owner makes it sound like you could possibly lease or rent one. You know, it's like, well, if you don't own a prostate, come on in. We lease to buy prostates. Like a prostate, you're not really an owner of a prostate. Like you.
I'm a prostate owner looking to mortgage a second prostate.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I get fair rate on that?
Doesn't make a prostate owner and prostate non-owner. It makes it sound like, you know, hey, 12 easy payments and you too can have a prostate.
Yeah, apparently they've been doing a magazine for years for non-prostate owners. You know.
I want to get that new 2018 prostate.
Yeah, but the magazine is for girls, but they decided like that's fine to say, hey girls, but one freaking article decides to buck that trend and say, nah, reader, you don't have something that makes this so fun.
What's next month? Ass to mouth? Is that the next thing?
That was
Girls?
last month, actually.
Girls, there will be poo.
2 non-prostate owners, 1 cup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ass to mouth. Recipes to make it more scrumptious.
Maybe you can't call it an ass anymore. Maybe you have to call it like a not mouth.
But men, women, transgendered, everybody's got an asshole.
How do you know? Look at that guy on Preacher. He has 2. Are we gonna
That
judge?
character, no, that's just his face looks like an asshole.
But he's called Arseface.
But he doesn't. But
No, he has an asshole on his face, so he has 2 assholes.
Is it like a Dick Tracy
his
character?
intestine does not
Why-
lean to his mouth.
Why are we discriminating against guys with 2 assholes? Oh, sorry, non-prostate owners with 2 assholes.
Is that ass shaming?
It's
There are
ass shaming.
There are no
It's
guys
totally
with
ass
2
shaming.
assholes. There's no guys with 2 assholes. I've seen TV shows with 2 assholes, but I've never seen a guy with 2 assholes. What would be the use of that?
What about conjoined twins? They have 2 assholes.
But no, they're technically 2 people.
I guess.
Technically one person, aren't they? Unless they have 2 brains.
I guess
They have
legally they're 2
usually-
people.
Yeah. All right. So next issue, ass to mouth recipes and conjoined twins anal
Asshole
sex.
shaming.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
Conjoined
teens-
anal sex.
Whatever happened to the days when teenagers like just got on their bikes and rode places for the afternoon and hung out at the mall or at the malt shop with Arnold. Like, whatever happened to the days when a teen could be about other things than taking it up the poop chute? What, like, when did it become part of teenage angst? Like, on Happy Days, there was never an episode about Richie giving Mary Beth anal sex. Like, you know, why does this have to be now a normal part of teenage life?
Maybe that's what Fonzie's thumb was for.
Hey.
We both went there.
Well, they're not going out to the malt shop anymore because these young girls, and I say young girls because it also means minors, it also means girls and guys, whatever, not of any kind of age majority anywhere, are now starting to hop into the adult industry. And by that I mean porn, which is where on Snapchat Premium and Instagram Premium, instead of getting an education and sticking with school and trying to get a decent job somewhere, they're posing or making masturbatory videos for money on these premium versions of these apps. And they get them from the adults who are using these apps. And it's fucking disgusting.
Now, how do you know this?
So I know this because
Be careful. This will live forever.
That's fine. That's cool. I'm totally fine with it. I've been on some dating sites. Okay?
Oh, no.
And yeah, okay, so what I'm trying to find is I'm trying to find a date or a girlfriend or whatever. And then I get a match. I'm like, okay, sweet. I start talking to this person. And they're like, 3 sentences in, I can't talk on here right now. You want to go to my Skype or something, and then they want your credit card. And I'm like, why the fuck is it like 19 out of every 20 people that are on here all have this like account? And I'm looking into it, and they're all really young women trying to make money, or
Nick,
and there's even men.
Nick,
I just haven't been looking for the men.
Nick, did you get this address from the back of Now magazine?
But Teen Vogue.
Oh, Teen Vogue.
But anyways, I just
Shouldn't you be in a like? Doesn't it allow you to stream into your own age group?
it does.
I thought you were going to say stream into your own anus there.
Now
'cause I'm so much on the butt.
I look into my own age group.
Leanna has ass on her head.
I do.
Your own age group is actually anything from half your age plus 7 is the general rule and older.
Really?
Yeah. So if I'm 35, that means 17 plus 7 is 23, 24. That age. That's about as young as I can go.
Okay.
All right, and that is like basically the safety net. All right, you shouldn't go any younger than that. Now, when I kept
That's called the Jared rule.
now I can go older. I can go 60 or whatever. It's up to her.
Oh,
if that's
yeah.
cool.
But how can wait? It only limits
Gilfs.
the men.
No. So I'm only looking for females. I'm not looking for females and males. But anyways, when I started looking into why so many people had these accounts, I found this ugly truth that there's minors out there posing for a camera, selling pictures, which is actually fucking kiddie porn if you really want to get into it.
It's totally.
Okay, and I'm going to say this right now. I got called out on Facebook for slut shaming. I didn't give anybody's personal information. I didn't say any names. I didn't do any crap like that. But the people that got upset with me were people that worked in the adult industry. I'm not upset with the adult industry. I've gone to strip clubs. I've been to Amsterdam.
Come on, guys, look at
I
Nick.
know what the fuck's happening,
Look
all
at
right?
Nick. He's
I
in
get
the
it.
front row of some strip clubs.
Oh,
Come on.
I have.
He's that guy.
I have supported some single moms, okay?
There
I'm
you
just
go.
saying. All right? If you are of age and you're willing to deal with those consequences, whether they be negative or positive in that industry, if it has helped you out, great. If it has led you down some seedy path of like a male-dominated industry where there's tons of cocaine and women have died and stuff like that, they've burned out too fast and partied too hard and that's been it.
I've been watching The Wire.
It's been
Yeah.
shit. But
Right.
this exactly right here, going into Teen Vogue and talking to teens about this stuff, I'm all for educating the younger crowd in, how to do things properly, not catch disease, all this other stuff. But what I don't like is that teens are having access to the exact same materials that the professionals have access to, and they are using it to promote their body or whatever, or sell their body, when they should be focusing on, like, I want to be an aerospace engineer. I want to be a CEO. I want to be a firefighter. No, you know what? I'm going to sit in my parents' basement till I'm 30.
Nick,
Piss me off.
Nick, how do you think they afford to go to school for those things? It ain't cheap to go to school to be an aerospace engineer. There's no saying that the person diddling herself for money isn't, doing it to work her way through college.
She can go work at Tim Hortons.
Hey, Tim. What's your name again? Nick. Bob? Nick? We had a girl a young lady who danced on was a dancer on our show.
She was of age though.
Yes.
This is my problem, not
young
of
girl.
age.
Yeah.
She was a stripper who was taking a double major in university and she took other jobs.
But he's not
went back
objecting to that.
stripping because
I'm not
it paid
objecting.
better.
I'm not objecting to the of age. I'm objecting
Yeah.
to the underage.
Because when you're
Basically anything 18 or under 18 is
Yeah.
like but if you are willing, then fine. 18, you should be out of high school.
So
by
basically,
then.
what you're saying is they should be cracking down on people who are using these services for kiddie porn.
Yes.
Okay, that's a long way to go to say that. I agree with you.
There's a whole
'Cause
bunch-
Even if you're making your own kiddie porn, like even if you're the kiddie in your own porn, these services really should be doing something.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, sorry, Max is bored. Are you bored, Max?
I'm listening, but I'm not going to say anything of this.
No.
wise move, Max.
Yeah. What's the
Dude.
chat saying, Max?
All I say is, Lightfoot.
Lightfoot.
Gordon,
All right. Okay, so the chat is a little behind us there.
uh-oh.
Yeah. There we go. All right.
Anyways, my tirade is done.
Well,
I just
if you're saying
I'm on Max's camera now.
that, so what you're saying is young people shouldn't be spending their time making money online,
Selling their
exposing
bodies,
themselves and selling their
exactly.
bodies.
Exactly.
They should be thinking of other things like this. But once they turn 18, it's legal. But before that, this isn't something for young. They should get a frickin' paper route. or
Yes.
whatever the hell.
This is an indication of a real parenting gap, because how do you not know your kid is spending the requisite hours doing like online porn? How are they getting paid for it? Because you need certain things to
You need a
actually.
credit card, don't you?
Well, a PayPal account, but
PayPal account's great.
yeah, but then it's got to feed into a bank account. Like there's obvious, like the deeper this goes, the more like this is actually a symptom of a pretty major problem that you encountered this more than once, because I went to a pretty rough school. And, teen pregnancy was a major problem. And so I totally understand sex ed of trying to, because they do show that it cuts this down and disease transmission and all this stuff. But this next level stuff, when, like, here's how you enjoy any kind of sex when you're a kid, like, or a teenager. Find somebody who cares enough about you to go through it with you. Like, that's kind of the first thing. Don't read a magazine and then find somebody to practice with. Like, that's just, you're breaking down personal boundaries precisely when you should be learning to develop them. And it's just scary to me. It's just, you have your whole life to do stupid shit that could have you walking funny the next day. Like, enjoy your teenage years doing fun things that aren't necessarily like there is more to life. I know sex seems to make you a grown up. It doesn't. Like, just do things. Do things that you're never going to have a chance to do again in your life, because you have to worry about making money and paying bills and being a responsible adult and all that stuff. This is not the alpha and the omega. Like, that's what we should be telling teenagers.
I found this out from parents, like friends of mine that are parents too.
Yeah.
It's actually one level deeper than what I thought. And it's borderline on this Teen Vogue thing too, where actually kids as young as 11 years old are engaging in sexual intercourse or sex acts.
How the hell can you do that? Your penis isn't even hard or big enough when you're 11.
When I was 11 and I got a hard on, I thought it just meant I had to pee.
You can't pee with a hard on. What kind of idiot kid
I know
were
that
you?
now, but I thought it just meant that it was full. I had to go to the bathroom.
It was full?
That's adorable. That's so cute.
But what happened when you went to the bathroom with a hard on and couldn't pee?
Well, the hard on went away and the pee went out, and I was good.
So you thought it was like an indicator?
Yeah,
Like
tank's full, gotta go.
Tank's full. Yeah, 14
14
times a day. That's what Anthony said.
That kind of awkwardness should be what kind of the early.
That was innocent.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
put that on
Yeah.
Snapchat when I was 11.
Yeah, like.
You know what? He just passed away this week. Harvey Atkin, a Canadian actor, fine Canadian actor. and he got his big break in the movie Meatballs. Teenagers need to watch the movie Meatballs, and then you get a sense of what teenage life really should be about. That kind of crap, not about anal sex.
Well, if to put it in perspective, the people that this magazine is for is not much older than the cast of Stranger Things.
And, well, okay, they're
You
in
know,
Hollywood. They're
but-
going to get it up the ass eventually. Figuratively.
Ed, you're not you were
literally.
allowed to ruin anything but that show.
Oh, am I?
You cannot ruin Stranger Things. Those kids are just too cute.
Too late. All right.
Do you want to know how I pissed everybody else off, though?
All right.
Apparently with an erection when you were 11.
I also noticed that the people that were complaining about getting too many dick pics in their inbox were some of these people that worked for the adult industry. And I made a correlation between kindergarten teachers basically not getting as many dick pics as someone who takes their clothes off for money. And
Why
they
are
got pissed off at that.
Complaining. Really?
Yeah. Like, I'm sure Roberta Bondar has maybe had a dick pic or two, but nothing to what Jenna Jameson has. So,
Did you really?
if you
just
open up a
compare-
car wash,
Did you really?
don't
just-
get mad when cars show up.
Could you
Did
imagine,
really
like...
just compare Roberta Bondar and Jenna Jameson?
Well, earlier
this
I
may be the only time in human history those two have ever appeared in the same sentence.
Okay, you know where my mind went?
Where?
Like a dick pic with a Canada arm coming off. Just like I imagine the Photoshop.
An unweenus at the end of the Canada arm.
Like, yeah, that's what it'd be like.
No, the dick is the Canada arm.
No, it's a dick pic, and then you got the Canada arm, and then a weenus is floating by the Canada arm. Like
We need to do that for next week. I want to see that. No, I was making that correlation because of, a woman picking a career, like something very notable other than, exposing yourself. So I was saying before, they should be CEOs or firefighters or aerospace engineers.
I'm
So-
really surprised that they'd be complaining about dick pics because a lot of the porn stars I know, they're just like, another one. Like,
One girl's like, I get all these unsolicited dick pics in my porn folder for my
unsolicited.
and I'm
Yeah,
like,
who asked, hey, can you send me a dick pic?
I'm like-
are they ever solicited?
if you got rid of that folder, you wouldn't get any. So
When,
Come on, though.
when we did that episode of Night Calls Radio, they were solicited. Like, that was the whole point of the segment is guys sent in their dick pics and we'd rate them, essentially. It
that was lovely.
interesting. No, I actually did that.
Yeah, that was
It was the
lovely.
smallest penis I've ever seen on one. Apparently, it is actually something called a micro penis. It was only that big. It looked like a little Smurf house. It was kind of cute.
Smurf house?
It looked like a little Smurf house.
I watched your
la la
show.
la 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 la.
I watched your show when I was 11.
There you go.
You're lucky you didn't
Oh,
get.
when you were peeing
Is
on
that
the
why you
ceiling?
were full so many times?
You're lucky you didn't get a full wiener.
My God.
I'm
So
screwing
for-
up the switching because I'm laughing so hard. I'm just gonna put it on Ed shot for a
Okay,
while.
though for somebody working in the porn industry, seeing a dick pic, it's kind of like somebody who sells sporting goods, seeing skates. It's like big deal. I know he's there, and I'm pretending he's not there. Why is that thing sticking out of his head?
Because that's the helicopter on Weenus.
No, the thing of the no is. I don't know,
Oh, I never noticed that
What is
straw
that?
thing before. I don't know what that is. That's freaking me out. Hang on.
He's got a
There you go.
catheter. There, all right.
Yeah. It's just like,
Now
get it
he's
away,
cool.
man.
Now he's cool.
Get it away.
All right. Okay, let's move on to
I
another
think
topic,
we
shall
need to. I think we need to unwee this graphic.
Max, is there anybody on chat saying anything that we
I
should
think
know
Max
about
has gone
this
to his
stuff?
happy
I'm
place.
behind, man.
No, we were talking about that.
Oh. What's
right.
going on, Max?
Okay, we should, Max, while we've got you on camera, we should mention that you're in a situation now where you need to find yourself a new place to live. You've been living with your mom. Your
Yes.
mom took ill,
Yes.
and so is now in a home.
yeah, well,
and-
she's been in the nursing home since April.
Okay, and
Yeah.
now she's not going to be coming back to the house you shared. She's going to be selling the house, meaning you got to get yourself a bachelor pad.
Yeah.
So you need to find a place to live.
Yeah.
And you need the people out there to give you a hand. How can people help you find a place to hang your hat?
Well, that's affordable for me, and I really do want to live in the Toronto area, which is from Shepherd and Young to Bloor and Young. And and I really feel that, like, I've been on the scene for a long time before I met you, but I simply am like a local celebrity of the Toronto art live music scene. And the people that know me, I'm not a rich star. I simply, have supported the live arts for a lot of years, and I pretty much have sat in with the best musicians in Toronto. You know, every once in a big while I get to take part in big shows and festivals. And this is really that here I am, you know, trying to, you know, to be a part of the live scene and to hopefully one day, you know, like I could one day get a job in the industry working like a morning DJ or evening DJ or doing shows like this.
And so how can people help you find your new crib?
Well, you can email to my mother's pastor.
To your mother's pastor?
Yes.
You said pastor, not bastard, right?
No.
Pastor? Okay.
Pastor.
Your mother's and what's that email address?
Is capital M, MC McGann at bellnet.com.
Maybe hand that to Leanna. Leanna, is it possible to type that in at some point?
Do we want to dox a pastor?
Well, we're trying to get help for Max.
Okay,
yeah.
so this is okay?
This is okay.
All right.
Trying to help, because the pastor's trying to help Max find a place that's affordable for him. He'll be living on his own. That'll be the first time you'll be living completely out on your own?
Pretty much.
All right. So Max needs a new crib. If you know some really affordable places in this city, between Shepherd and Yonge and Bloor and Yonge, Max is the guy to contact. And Leanna will shortly, when she's able to, get the address, the email address of Max's mom's pastor, who's helping him out find himself a new place to live.
Is this right?
Is that it there, Max?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. That's the fella there who's trying to help Max out. If you can help out any kind of social housing, any kind of housing that you know of, I know there's long lists and stuff, but Max has been entertaining us for years. It's time to give a little bit back. So please, if you know anything, you can do anything, help him out. Okay, we're going to move on to Vermont now.
Lonnie's watching, by the way.
Oh, Lonnie,
Yeah.
where the hell are ya? He's watching. Where the fuck are you, Lonnie? He's watching. If you're back from Israel, where the hell are you? Why are you not here, Lonnie? I know I shouldn't be asking because he can't answer. He'll tell us next week. Lonnie just got back from Israel. I understand you may be having a bit of jet lag because it's a long trip. And he
was asleep.
He was asleep. I was too for about 15 minutes of Nick talking. Lonnie, his team played hockey in the Maccabi games, and he came in I think they got silver or something like that in their division. So congratulations to Lonnie.
Booyaka, Lonnie.
Booyaka!
Yeah, he came back with a medal, which hopefully he'll bring next week and show it to us. Hopefully he'll show up next week. So if you're wondering where Lonnie is, that's where he is.
He passed out, apparently. He did not intend to fall asleep.
What did he intend to do?
I think come here.
Oh, really?
And then he got high. And then he
got
got high.
Then he got high.
Lonnie,
Ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-da-ba.
Lonnie, no.
no, never. All right, moving on. Let's talk about Vermont. Because Leanna and I happened to take a trip.
Oh, we were going to do something before that.
Oh, what was it? My paper turned upside down on the floor.
Okay, the John Cleese visit.
Oh, shit. Yeah, here's the thing about, now, getting back on topic, that woman who opposed the Teen Vogue stuff is, we would call there she is, she's an extremist. And nowadays there's lots of those folks up on the internet. And to help understand extremists better, here is famous Monty Python alum John Cleese with a video.
Seriously, though, we've heard a lot about extremism recently. A nastier, harsher atmosphere everywhere, more abuse and bother boy behavior, less friendliness and tolerance and respect for opponents. All right, but what we never hear about extremism is its advantages. Well, the biggest advantage of extremism is that it makes you feel good because it provides you with enemies. Let me explain. The great thing about having enemies is that you can pretend that all the badness in the whole world is in your enemies and all the goodness in the whole world is in you. Attractive, isn't it? So, if you have a lot of anger and resentment in you anyway, and you therefore enjoy abusing people, then you can pretend that you're only doing it because these enemies of yours are such very bad persons. And that if it wasn't for them, you'd actually be good-natured and courteous and rational all the time. So, if you want to feel good, become an extremist. Okay. Now you have a choice. If you join the hard left, they'll give you their list of authorized enemies. Almost all kinds of authority, especially the police, the city, Americans, judges, multinational corporations, public schools, furriers, newspaper owners, fox hunters, generals, class traitors, and, of course, moderates. Or, if you'd rather be an extremist on the hard right, no problem, fine, you still get a lovely list of enemies, only they're different ones. Noisy minority groups, unions, Russia, weirdos, demonstrators, welfare sponges, meddlesome clergy, peaceniks, the BBC, strikers, social workers, communists, and, of course, moderates. And upstart actors. Now, once you're armed with one of these super lists of enemies, you can be as nasty as you like and yet feel your behaviors morally justified. So you can strut around abusing people and telling them you could eat them for breakfast and still think of yourself as a champion of the truth, a fighter for the greater good, and not the rather sad paranoid schizoid that you really are.
All right, there you go. Very well
What
said.
happened to your lens?
What happened to my lens?
It looked like 11-year-old Nick has had a morning with it.
Oh, is it all messy
It's
now?
kind of smeary.
Oh, Raya, can you get me out that little cloth? That orange cloth?
Yeah, you got that morning glow.
Yeah.
All right,
Do
go
we
to,
need-
no, hang on. Here, we'll do this live. This is exciting.
Well, oh, that looks weird. That looks
Does
weird.
it look any better now?
Yep. Does.
Is that better now?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll know when you come. It's better. Yeah.
It's better?
Yeah.
All right, where else can you get live lens cleaning? Okay, it's like, there we go. All right, so Leanna and I happened to
I
wipe-
need more assets. Like, Unweenus was like the only thing that survived the fire.
All right, so we were in Vermont.
We need
Drove out to
Canada
Vermont. A friend there, he had his, it's an 82nd or 83rd birthday. He wasn't sure, so if I'm not sure, that's okay too. And we used that as an excuse to drive out to Vermont. And on the, one of the worst parts about driving anywhere long trips is you got to take a leak, or worse, a number 2, and you got to do it in whatever bathrooms are available. Often, the only bathrooms available are bathrooms in rest stops or in gas stations. And gas station bathrooms are famous. As far as cleaning goes, bathrooms in gas stations are shit not given. But there's plenty of shit there within them. Don't ever lift up the seat. What is this? Yeah, okay, that was premature.
You said shit not given. It won't make any sense later.
Yeah, well, it will.
Get to it.
Do I need your smarm? Is that what
Yes,
you're here for?
you do.
I need that smarm?
Yeah. You told me I was going into the weeds in the first pack tonight. Gloves are off now, Sock.
So,
Boundaries.
the big problem is finding a clean bathroom. And then, so I had to pee real bad, so stopped at this place. There, corner store. It's like a new, you got gas
Sorry,
there.
somebody's running audio and it's distracting.
Yeah,
Can someone please turn that off? Okay.
Let me just turn this off.
Yeah.
Keep going at it.
Max
That's
is
why I
watching
missed
some
that
other
one.
show.
It's on.
Okay. So corner store is, I guess, a new chain. And it's like, you get your gas out front, like those. You go inside, it's got the convenience store stuff, it's got bagels and donuts stuff, and it claims inside to have the cleanest bathrooms on the road. Okay? The cleanest bathrooms on the road. So I took that as a challenge. I went inside the bathroom. Sure enough, the cleanest bathrooms they were the cleanest bathrooms perhaps I've ever seen. Like, I would let somebody cook a meal on the floor of the bathroom at the corner store. I don't know how they keep these bathrooms so clean with people coming and going all day long, but those bathrooms, they sparkle. So, in fact, there isn't the claim that the cleanest bathrooms on the road. In fact, they are. And that's more attractive to me than the cheapest gas or the best selection of beef jerky. Cleanest bathroom. And when you go in there, you ever go into a bathroom where it's so filthy, you feel like you're dirtier just going in there? And that your pee is cleaner than what's in the toilet?
Every bathroom on Queen Street.
Every bathroom on Queen Street. All right. And so you go into this bathroom, though, and you feel bad. Like, you don't want to be the one that leaves any mess behind. So like you're meticulous, make sure there's no errant drops on the seats or anywhere else, because you don't want to be the one who fucks up this perfect record they have for clean bathrooms. So congratulations, corner store. You do have the cleanest bathrooms on the road.
Yay!
Hey, booyaka!
All right, booyaka. Okay, and sometimes I've got an old GPS, so sometimes it doesn't have like the new highways, and it's a bit disconcerting when you're driving nowhere. Like, you see, normally a GPS there'll be roads and stuff. I'm officially driving there in the middle of. I'm in the twilight zone. Like you're driving nowhere. It's a little bit disconcerting because then they keep telling you to go forward, but they don't know where you are. I've officially lost the GPS. That was a lot more funny in my head. Okay, come back. All right, next.
What's next?
What is next?
Well, now it's the Vermont pictures.
What's the first one?
Well, it ruins the joke
All right, give
if
me a
I
piece
say
of
what's
paper
the
then, for
first
crying out
one.
loud. All right, you're right. I appreciate you being concerned about the punchline here. Oh yeah, so you're in Vermont, which is the closest thing to a communist country you're going to find in North America.
Socialist. Democratic socialist.
Democratic socialist.
Free public tuition.
Yeah, they are so left.
Universal health care.
They're so left. I'm surprised they're still on the continent.
If you
Anyway,
talk about Vermont politics, you must talk like Bernie Sanders. It is a universal rule.
Vermont is a socialist state.
There we go.
My brothers in revolution. All right, whatever the fuck. So it is
Let me just say this.
It is so hippy drippy. This is the first thing I've ever seen this in a gas station convenience store. I saw this. It is kombucha on tap.
What
Like
the
a beer keg
fuck?
of kombucha.
Yeah, kombucha on tap. Do you know what kombucha is? Until recently, I didn't either. It's like some kind of super health drink, which means it tastes like shit.
It's fermented something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fermented something or other. As you can see, there the flavors there is the one of them is Blue Burn, which is the Bernie Sanders.
Bernie,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the other, so honest to God, right next to like the cans where you can buy the cans to put gas in case you want to get. There's kombucha on tap.
Blood orange kombucha.
Blood
on
orange.
tap.
That's the newest thing. Blood orange. Sounds so dramatic. All right, and then this stuff there too.
Which stuff?
Next picture. In Burn We Trust. You see so many pictures turning Bernie Sanders into some kind of demigod. Basically, Vermont is like North Korea with cows. Okay? Yeah, Bernie Sanders is like
No,
dear
the food's
leader.
much better in Vermont.
He's Bernie Sanders is dear leader. The cult of everywhere you go, there is something about Bernie Sanders, and there's something strange about turning Bernie Sanders, a Jewish man, into a Jesus figure.
No, it's not. It's not all Bernie. Occasionally, there is some vociferous anti-Trump sign, or strangely, Hillary Clinton's head photoshopped onto a woman in bondage gear.
What do you mean, strangely?
What do you mean
just-
Talk about that
Photoshopped on?
later. Okay.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. You know, like-
All right. The average age there is dead.
well,
In
it
Vermont.
depends. I don't know. The Will You Stink crowd is pretty young.
Oh, describe Will You Stink.
Okay, Will You Stink is a game I played when I was down there because there's a lot of, artists in residence and hipsters and eco-conscious types. And there is something of a cloud, an aroma
Weed smoke?
surrounding them. No, I wish. For the first time in my life, I wish something smelled like weed. Because it was funk. It's the only way I can describe it. It was funk. It
You've
was.
got nose blind to it.
It was BO, and as my friend down there said, apparently like garlic is the big health trend right now, so it was garlic funk. And
That didn't smell like no garlic.
there was that tang of garlic in the 6-day-old BO. You know how BO kind of changes smell as it matures?
I was at Woodstock.
Yeah.
99.
As it,
I know.
as it ferments?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when you're just at the gym,
When you're
that's one
doing
funk.
kombucha.
Yeah, it hasn't
Yeah.
had time to kind of sit there and
It
rot.
secretes through the
Yeah.
skin.
Like these guys smelled so bad. I expected them to look like Baraka from like Mortal Kombat. I expected them to have like distorted facial features. They smelled so bad, but they were exactly the people you'd think would stink. the dreadlocked hair and the faded black too big goth jeans with the anarchy patch on them, and they
And a
all kind
guitar.
of walk like, and the
And a
guitar.
guitar.
Modrobes.
But,
And
but
a
the-
dog with a bandana.
No, the redneck with the bullet necklace and the Confederate flag vest with the little Jack Russell playing the banjo on a bench. He smelled great.
Were there bathtub chains involved? You
No.
know those necklaces, bathtub chains?
No, it was a smooth
Was-
one with like
what-
a 50 cal bullet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it like a patchouli smell or was it like a Funyun smell?
It was a Funyun
Oh,
smell. It
fuck
was. They didn't even
God.
attempt
Oh.
the patchouli. It was
Oh.
like.
A lot of vampires in that part of the woods, or
I guess so.
Fuck.
With the, I think the bears would eat the vampires, but
All right.
holy crap,
At least
it
we don't
was
meet these
bad.
smelly hippies
Talking
every
about
time.
politics, you can't get away. Here's the sizes you can order in the local coffee shop. Conservative, moderate, liberal, or radical.
That's fucking funny, actually.
And the
That's-
coffee shop is called Capitol Grounds because it's
That's-
right on State Avenue.
That's amazing, actually. That's
No, it's not amazing. You know why?
Why?
When you're in Vermont, let's just say you don't really want a big coffee. You can't go in there and order conservative
Exactly.
because everyone's going to look. You're going to obviously go to moderate. I bet they sell no conservative sizes at all.
Okay, but it's
Because
a-
no one wants to go there. I'll have a conservative, then everyone looks like your broker's E.F. Hutton. Everybody would look at you.
No
you
one-
don't want to be that person who orders conservative. So
No one
everyone
doesn't-
goes up to
Kind of
moderate.
social blackmail.
Nobody goes into a coffee shop like this and orders the smallest size anyway. Like the coffee's too expensive to bother.
yeah.
All right, let's have a look
Nobody
at the-
orders the small.
Plus, this system
it's a
makes
brilliant.
way more sense than fucking Starbucks.
Well, yeah, Grande,
Well,
Venti.
Grande's the small, the Vente's a 20 ounce, and
Yeah.
I don't
English, at
fucking
least.
know. Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a
I get
brilliant
this.
upsell to me. Like I went for the liberal, which is kind
You?
of interesting. Yeah, but
What a surprise.
I was so tempted just because I could be like, I'm a radical. It's a brilliant upsell.
All right. So that's there. That I don't think I ordered anything there. I was
No,
intimidated.
you had a hot chocolate.
And then this may be helpful. This product I found may be helpful for some parents of those people reading Teen Vogue.
This was
Bugger
a very
off
nice shop.
for children. Bugger off for. Apparently they've got some problems with the altar boys locally. Here it is. Bugger off for children.
I'll take a radical size of that shit. Right there.
Yeah. What is it? A bug spray? I didn't see this one in this shop.
No, I think it's to stop people having anal sex with your children.
This was a very nice shop, though.
Do you spray
What's
it on
that?
the kids or on the?
So if we use this, we don't have to worry about Teen Vogue.
Yeah, I think he's got a good question. Do you spray it on yourself or on the kids?
Yeah.
You spray it on the kid,
Well,
I
it's
think.
for children, so you spray it on the kid.
Yeah, and that way it'll keep away
Yeah.
errant Catholic priests
They become invisible to pedophiles.
to pedophiles. That's right. Yeah. All right.
I should correct that most of Vermont smells like this shop, which is very nice. People were saying I'm never going to go to Vermont because I can't do funk. It's only like the occasional person on the street.
Was this-
as long as you stay out of the health food stores. I just don't
Well,
want to
that's
make
a good
Vermont
piece of
sound like a
advice no matter
stinky
where you
place.
are in the world.
Was
Yeah.
the Aeromed next to the essential oils in this particular stop?
The whole store was an Aeromed store.
Okay.
Like
so
the
that's a
whole
brand
thing.
of, like,
I actually still have the card in my cell phone. There it is.
does it smell? Can I smell it?
And here's where we come to Anthony smelling cards from Leanna's wallet.
We can't even see this.
Smells like something cherry.
Yeah.
Smells like something cherry.
It's
blood
the
orange.
it's the because this was right by where they were actually
Well,
mixing it up.
they
at
wanted to
Max
keep
up
those
here.
cherries, so that's bugger off for
Yeah.
children.
But yeah, it was right by where they were mixing all the essential
All
oils
right.
to kind of pick up the
and
smell.
what is this next one on the list?
The next one, oh, cute. This
that
was
to do with
this was
anything?
in the
Nothing to do with Vermont.
It is. This is a very kind of Vermont thing because it's very welcoming and
Why
kind
don't you
of
show it?
putting it up. This was in the welcome area. I'd say the check-in area, but it was a converted house. This inn, and so this was sort of at the beginning, and I'm like, isn't this cute? And it really confused me because I hate those coconut monkeys that Ed loves. So I it was that charming. It was just charming, and I thought this was very much Vermont to me. That it's just charm, something I normally wouldn't like, but I like it because it's just so adorable and nice.
Well, thank you for throwing in something that has really nothing to do with what we're talking about.
But I wanted something that was positive, Ed, because you notice you tend to shit on things like fire hose Mount Vesuvius of shit, and I didn't want my friends in Vermont to never invite me back because I have to bring you and you're an asshole.
Fuck.
Well, it's a good thing they got the bugger off there.
How do you really feel? How do you really feel?
That came out harsher than intended, but I'm a little bit like, why?
Your face is priceless, Ed. Priceless. Priceless.
Moving on. They have this. There you go. They have. Now, I guess they have some problems with vagrants there. I don't know. But in the city hall, there is a bathroom, and there's a bunch of restaurants at the Civic Center.
Was this the city hall?
Oh,
No,
Civic
it was
Center. I
Civic
think it's
Center.
Civic
Civic
That's in
Center.
Scarborough.
Yes, the Montpelier, Vermont Civic Center is in Scarborough. You are correct, Max. You are correct. There's only one Civic Center in the universe. All right. So at the Civic Center, even if you go to a restaurant, they give you, like, sometimes you see there's like a key to the bathroom or a code. Well, they give you a code. What they don't tell you is that it's like Mission Impossible to get in. Do we have that video?
Yep.
They show it. I'll do a little bit. All right, so you show up to it here. Hold palm of hand against key. There it is, the bathrooms. With some very strange.
She looks upset.
Hold palm of hand against
It is a
keypad
fucking
to activate.
Which
Enter
one had the
code.
prostate?
So look, you gotta put your palm against it, okay, and wait for it to beep. No, it didn't go. It didn't connect. And you go. It didn't connect again. Okay, it's got it. Okay, now quick. Punch in the code. Yeah, and then it opens up. Like, this is ridiculous. What are they hiding in there that a bathroom needs that much security? Also, even Leanna couldn't use it because her hands don't open quite that much.
Oh, I had to go sideways.
The fun thing to do
sucked.
all day, I wish I could have set up a camera and have it stand there and have it watch people walking up to the door, reading the notice, looking at the thing, and then trying 3-4 times to get in before going to somebody who works nearby to open the damn door for them.
You could have set up a camera. Everybody had a problem.
Like, what are
with
people
it.
doing in there? Shitting gold pellets? Like, I don't understand what's so valuable.
You know-
Also, what if you have no hands?
I couldn't tell by the video either, the
Like
facial
the-
expressions on the sign of which one had the prostate and which one didn't.
The one going. Because something was being done to the
They were
prostate.
getting an
It's
exam.
Maybe there was a peanut in there
Just
rushing
think,
by the prostate.
if
They didn't
somebody-
read Teen Vogue and
if
did it
somebody-
wrong.
If somebody in Montpelier, Vermont, in the Civic Center, has to go to the bathroom and they have no hands, they're gonna shit their pants.
You know what the best was though? In the women's side?
What?
When you go into the first stall, there's a piece of paper with the instructions for the door. And after
Once
you've
you're
made
already
it
inside?
in, it's like it was like a badly designed video game where the clue you need is inside the room you need to get in to get the clue. Like it was just I almost raged.
That's like when I was in Mexico and I climbed a really dangerous pyramid, and on the way home they had me sign the insurance waiver.
That's Mexico.
Completely backwards.
That's just Mexico.
That's just Mexico. All right, just odd that that bathroom security should become that extreme that you need a palm print.
But there were some super cool things in Vermont too.
Well, here's the thing: we've had beef steamship for a while, which I got in Vegas. I took a photo, didn't know what it was, and one of our friends in London, Ontario, came up with a definition of beef steamship, which is when someone drops a number 2 in a hot tub. Well, I found a couple of others that can join our lexicon. Is, you know, when you walk in, see a product, and just start laughing? You know, like anything that says nut butter, anything like that. So here is the first one. Steak bomb.
There we go.
Nice.
What's a steak bomb do?
Steak. That just strikes me as what happens after you've eaten the steak bomb.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when you're walking out of the public bathroom, the guy's walking in, you're like, sorry, buddy, dropped a steak bomb.
That's just,
And that must have been the freshest damn sandwich on the planet because we're back and it's still not expired.
Oh yeah,
Shit.
That was a fresh sandwich. That was a fresh steak bomb.
fresh steak
steak
bomb.
bomb.
Good old fresh steak
And
bomb.
Now here's another one. Now I should set this up. Driving along to a friend's house at night through a Vermont called Barrie, and we were not in the best part of Barrie. Anyway, we were driving along.
This was a nice part of Barrie.
Oh, that Olive Berry's a shithole. We were driving through, and you're looking to see signs, see things in a local color, and see a sign. I'm like, wait, back up. I don't think I saw what I saw. Back up. This is what we saw. There's the sign. Can you see what I saw? Don't go in close yet. Can you guys see what I saw? Go in. Closer. Do you see it?
Meat bingo?
There it is!
Hey!
Meat Bingo! This festival features Meat Bingo. What the hell? Meat Bingo sounds like when you got all 3 holes. Like, I don't know, what is...
It's that guy with 2 assholes.
Yeah, it's that guy. What is Meat Bingo?
The prize is a steak bomb.
First of all, anything that you add meat to is funny, but Meat Bingo?
Hey, that's what we can change, like, the owners of prostates and non-owners of prostates. If you're, like, an owner of a prostate, you're a steak bomb. If not, you're a meat
You're
bingo.
a Meat Bingo?
That's right. Everybody's best.
Steak bombs or Meat Bingos? So wait, that makes you a Meat Bingo? And I'm a steak bomb?
That's right.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Meat bingo.
Yeah, Meat
Wait, does a sock have a prostate?
Apparently, we just found out he does.
So,
I'm
can you,
not
like,
checking.
Can you just imagine? Like, I
How
wonder,
far
is
is
this
that
like
hand up there?
is this an impoverished area where instead of like giving away prizes, they give away meat to starving
No,
people?
I
What the hell
did.
is Meat
No, I
Bingo?
did research on this wonderful phenomenon called
Meat Bingo. And what is it?
You play bingo for meat. They thought instead of
Okay,
handing
that's
out.
pretty much what it sounds like.
Yeah, they originally had the meat right there, and it was this big old redneck thing. Like these guys would go to meat bingo.
Yeah!
Okay, like
Yeah, they're
and-
happy they just got Meat Bingo.
Yeah, they just got meat bingo, and there was much rejoicing. Like that's basically it, right? But apparently they started having some mishaps with the meat
So basically what
bingo.
happens is instead of winning prizes,
You win meat.
you win meat.
You win meat, and it goes to the Legion.
What
So it
goes to
actually
the
is for a
Legion?
good cause. The money you raise, because it's like $12 per card.
And so you raise money and you win meat.
You win meat.
And
of meat.
okay.
So what's the
And
mishap?
there were mishaps. They had to stop giving out actual meat and give out gift certificates because someone got mad one year and hit another guy over the head with a T-bone steak. And then a woman dropped a 25-pound frozen turkey on her foot. So they determined meat bingo
when meat
was
attacks.
dangerous.
Goes wrong.
One fucking hell of a turkey.
Yeah, that's
bingo.
a large. I mean, you can see the prizes, like how big these meat prizes. I mean, that is a
Where the
fair
fuck are
bit
you
of
gonna
money
win the oven to
right
put that
there.
25-pound turkey in?
You know what? One of
Deep
these
fried
weeks.
in an oil container.
Yeah.
One of these weeks, I want to
that
play
sounds
Meat
good.
Bingo here on the show.
I just have this image of like whipping bologna at a giant bingo
That's
card,
kind of what I
right?
thought. Like they should print out the
And a
numbers on
t-shirt
bologna.
thrower.
And
Can you still get in contact with Bob Odenkirk? Can he come and do meat bingo?
Meat Bingo? Maybe.
That would be wicked.
Could you have
Yeah.
like Saul Goodman calling meat
Meat
bingo?
bingo.
You did a good job of that.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
All right. So that's the fun that was had in Vermont. And I think we've gone really long, so we should probably save "Is This Racist" to next week. It'll keep. won't it?
It'll keep.
All right.
And this is a good way to end. This is a good,
Meat Bingo.
happy, yeah.
So,
So I'm not wedded to those definitions, by the way. That was just me being a jerk. We
Well,
can come
if
up.
anybody
Oh
out there
wait! One more
has
thing
any-
we got in Vermont.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. Leanna got freaked out. Show it.
You
You know that Leanna can't eat anything that looks like something else.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Okay. Hence, she wouldn't eat chicken fingers when she ate chicken that
You know
looked like
those-
dinosaurs because they look like
yeah,
things.
I haven't.
Even though they were
I have a
actually
problem.
chicken.
I think it was the game King's Quest 3 that screwed me up because in the game you spend a lot of work making this cat cookie that turns the evil wizard that it's imprisoning you into a cat, and it didn't seem very happy to be a cat. But like it's this thing
All right,
now.
show the damn
they're
thing.
they're
There it is.
minion Tic Tacs.
Minion Tic Tacs.
Focus.
And at first
Brian.
I thought it wasn't so bad. You need to hide your face, Nick, or it's going to keep locking on you. At first I thought it wasn't so bad, but if
Give
you
me the damn
look,
meat. Give me the damn
I got
Tic
it.
Tacs.
if you look
I got
really,
it.
yeah,
No,
it's
you
not
don't
locking
got it.
on Dave's face.
I don't
You don't
Um,
got it.
At first I thought they were just yellow Tic Tacs, right?
Yeah.
But then, as you can see, there's
Dave.
actual minions printed on the Tic. There's Gru, and there's all the Despicable Me characters. What horrible, heartless sociopath would feel good about eating a minion They're the cutest things
Not
on
just
the
eating them,
freaking
but
planet.
feeling that crunch.
Like, look,
when
they
you bite
have
into them.
they have the
yeah, their
food
bones cracking under your molars.
on the Minion Tic Tac. I mean, you kill minions and then you grab a woman by the pussy. That's the Tic Tac ecosystem
They're
now.
all orange.
You know, like
Yellow.
what the hell?
Now,
Like,
they're
could
not
you
really minions. You can tell they're just printed on.
like?
Like if they made the Tic Tac look like an
It
actual
doesn't. We
minion.
don't. But we don't know what minions actually are. They could be Tic Tacs. I mean, maybe that's like the
well,
banana.
we can
like,
we can find out what they taste like.
no, no.
Wow, that was
minion
screechy.
tasted like orange.
No,
Crunch.
no, you can't.
Banana.
No, you can't eat the minions.
Crunchy.
No, this is horrible. This,
Dave,
no.
it says Dave on
Yeah, it's
there.
just like they give them a name before you eat them. What is
It actually
wrong
has a
with
name.
you?
It has a name on it.
It's a
That's
limited
Dave.
edition because they
That
only have
makes it
seconds
kinda
left to
creepy.
live. Like,
It says Dave. It's like, is it Dave? Is that did they
Oh, that's
grind him
Minion
up and
Dave.
it- oh, okay,
That's Minion
okay.
Dave. They have the different minions. You can choose the minion you're going to eat. Like,
who's
what
on
is
the back?
wrong with
You can
this?
play
Back
God
there,
a little
anybody
bit
there?
with Tic Tac.
I
There you
can't.
go.
See, look, like that looks too much like the minions. There's something very wrong with this.
Is there a unicorn
no
on any of those?
dinosaur-shaped steaks for
And,
meat
and
bingo.
so someone says they taste like children, and that actually made me feel a little bit better. Thank you, Chad. Like I'm okay. We just went
They
really
taste
dark.
like children.
So if they
So
taste like
here's the
children,
question:
okay.
Who wants to taste the first
No,
minion?
No,
no,
thank
no. I am going to turn this off. I will turn this chat around. Ed, remember when I said you're an asshole?
Yeah.
You're proving it now.
Well,
I
had to
felt
earn it.
bad
You
about
already
calling
said
you
it.
an asshole, and now I don't feel bad anymore.
Who wants some crunchy minions?
Ah.
Touch that. No,
Oh,
thank
it's
you.
like the crunchy chicks in Fable. No.
Don't know what that means, but
The
okay.
crunchy chicks. In Fable, they have these little. They're chicks, and you do different things where you become good and you become evil. And if you want to be more evil, you actually eat baby chicks.
Will I get slapped if I meet a girl at a bar and tell her she's a crunchy chick?
Only if she's a gamer.
Okay. Good to
But
know.
then she's a gamer, so
Why
just
would you want-
fucked it
okay.
up bad.
A crunchy chick, Nick.
Crunchy chick?
You don't want a crunchy chick. A crunchy chick hasn't changed her underwear very often.
But then
Aw.
again, Fable is a game that
Well, then I
you
wouldn't
can
want her
get.
because she's wearing underwear in the first place.
There you go.
You can get everybody to call you arseface in the game, and you can make your character fart and flip people the bird, and then you kick chickens.
What version of The
So-
Sims
I
is
wonder
this?
if these taste
That's
only
Fable.
like
It's an Xbox
banana,
game, or it was an
or if
Xbox
they taste also
Ed!
like orange.
Ed, I am going to unweenus the fuck out of you for this. No! Eat penis! Eat it! Eat it! No! 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 Unweenus doesn't want you to see this! No!
Crunch. I think that tasted like Dave. Crunch. Crunch. Oh.
Unweenus is now named Dave.
Oh.
He apparently knows what Dave tastes like. Booyaka!
And feedback detected.
All right, and that's the end of the show for this week.
Yes!
Wow, that was like
That
the
was loud, Max. That was
TripAdvisor
loud.
owl. That
got some pipes.
was some
Yeah,
noise.
so thanks to the Pigeon Row folks for letting us stay here even after they left. And yeah, that's them. Thank you at home for joining. Anything, Anthony, on the chat that we should refer to before we go?
Somebody wanted to know why Leanna can't move her hands or something.
Oh, I have repetitive stress injuries in my hands and then carpal tunnel, so this is as far as they go.
Okay.
Somebody
yeah.
noticed that?
Well, I mentioned it.
I said it. Yeah.
Oh.
It was Frank Cerna, who's a fan
Oh,
of my old
Frank.
pinup art.
All right,
Yeah.
And
Frank.
then somebody
Yeah.
said if you don't have any hands, then going to the bathroom in Vermont is probably the least of your problems.
No, you've already got problems because you got no hands. Now you can't even get into the shitter. So
Wait,
you're already
hold on.
used to the problems of no hands, but you thought you could get into the bloody toilet at least.
What if you go to the shitter and you have no hands, and even if someone opens the door for you, how the fuck do you wipe?
You have like special
Dun
mission
dun
arms.
dun.
Yeah, exactly, right?
No, you got like special mission arms, like
You gotta
J.J. Arms, the private
got-
investigator.
Yeah, there you
Get
go.
hand for that.
Right here.
You can't switch them out.
Yeah, it's like, remember J.J. Arms, the private investigator? They made an action figure out of him. He like could change the stumps. He made like he had a gun hand, and he had like a hook to slide down repelling things. That's what you do. If you have no hands, and to go to the bathroom, you have like a hand that clicks on. That is a roll of toilet paper.
This
Yeah.
isn't Centurions, man. This is real life. How do you wipe your ass with no hands? How do you even
I
get...
just told you. Are you not listening to me?
But you can't change stumps into something else. This is...
You just you put it on. You click it on. Remember Dr. Claw?
I do not want to wipe my ass with a claw.
No, I'm not saying use a claw. I'm saying you can put on a different prosthetic.
This is the point I realized there's like weird mannequin hands in the back of this place.
Oh, that was going to be my joke earlier. I was going to ask if anybody wanted a hand.
Like there's seriously like weird mannequin hands in the back of this place.
All right, so that's it. We're out of here. Well, yeah, yes, Max.
Now, the place that I want to live in has to be very clean.
Wouldn't that be up to you?
So Max is gonna move into a corner store.
There you go, man. Yeah, Max. You can move into their bathroom. It's the cleanest bathroom on the road.
I'll put up the email again.
There, that's for Max's pastors, helping him find a place to call home. His new swinging bachelor pad. All right. So what are you gonna do there, Nick?
This is what I'm talking about. This is what you're given. This doesn't work.
Now it's Teen Vogue.
You don't have one of these. You need one of these. You don't want the hook. You can't just grab one of these somewhere. It's not like you walk around with like a hand in your back pocket for just such an emergency to open up a door, which is supposed to sense a real hand, not a fake hand. And then if it's a prosthetic, it's in one position. What is the ass wiping position of a hand? And why do you have that hand in that position in your back pocket all the time? I'm just saying. Spitball.
Did you never see the $6 Million Man?
What about Inspector Gadget?
Inspector Gadget? It's like special mission hands.
Yeah.
You got special mission hands. You got special. And if you're
Go
somebody-
Gadget ass wipe.
had like a fire.
If you're
This show has just turned into YouTube Poop Live.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I've
you know what?
never seen this happen.
Shit too.
There's a fellow who just passed away, an actor. His name was G2 Kambuka, and he played a character named Torque in a 70s series called A Man Named Sloan, starring Robert Conrad. And his character Torque had an artificial hand that he could take off, and he could change the fingers. He could make a drill. He could make a thermometer. He could make a laser, and he could change hands to make. That's exactly. They could do that in the 70s. Of course, now if you've got no hands, you're gonna walk around with maybe a bandolier across you with different special mission hands, and one of them will be for wiping your ass.
like a jet of water.
Yeah, a jet of water. It's a bidet hand. It's a bidet hand.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
What, Max? Where'd you go, Max?
Max checked out. Max is already on the way home to Scarborough right now. To the
Ed,
Civic Center.
Why are you framed so weird?
I don't know. Who, me?
Yeah, you're drifting more and more over.
tired.
It's like
All right.
it's like you're totally like intimidated by Onweenus and you just don't want to be hit by him.
At this point, I have ennui over ennui-ness.
I do like the plants. Like that's very like 1940s black and white going on in the
He's
background.
framed us really well. We're all sitting there next to him.
I feel like Ed's the kid that doesn't get to sit at the lunch table right now.
I'm looking at the lunch table. I'll eat alone. I like a better class of
We
people.
wear pink on Thursdays.
Oh, it's
You
just
can't wear
fucking
pink
Mean
on
Girls.
Thursdays, Ed.
All right, I'm at the sock. I'm nobody's puppet. Don't you be either. Until next week, from Pigeon Row headquarters in Toronto. Thank you, Matt and Bo the Wonder Dog. Aloha.